Hello and welcome to all. The Massif Central may not have the highest summits, but this stage represents a serious test for the contenders for final victory. With roads that go up and down all day, for a total of more than 4,400 metres of vertical gain, and the final 3 kilometres on a slope that averages out at over 11%, nobody can afford an off day. Otherwise, it's goodbye to the GC. Acceleration at the head of the peloton. He's trying to bridge the gap.
His team is at full throttle. They have no one at the front.
One minute for the breakaway. It's looking good. Consistent and a very good time trialist, Wilco Kelderman is an all-round rider who's already finished in the top 10 of both the Tour of Italy and the Tour of Spain. He has ambitions for the polka dot jersey.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
With his second place in the 2018 Vuelta at 23 years of age, Enric Mas is now one of the climbers to be closely watched on stage races.
The leader has got his team riding early to manage the time gap.
1.5 minutes for the breakaway. It might just work.
There's plenty of damage at the back of the peloton. It will be a long day in the saddle for those who fall behind.
He's one of the rulers with a good top speed, able to do well on the hilly stages. His best chance of victory is to try a breakaway from far out. Zdeněk Štýbar became well known in cyclocross, where he won 3 World Championship titles. On the road, he's a classic specialist who, despite some good results, is still looking for a prestige victory. He's an excellent puncher who also knows how to climb in the mountains. On the other hand, it's better for him that he finishes alone because his capabilities as a sprinter really are limited. His qualities in the mountains are well known, just like his qualities as a poor downhiller. He's a complete rider with no real weaknesses. He climbs, rides, and sprints not too bad. Watch out for him in the mountains. He may be young, but he's already proved that he can compete with the best.
The breakaway threatens the overall standings. He's decided to get his guys to put their foot down.
Climber puncher, the Breton Warren Barguil is endowed with an attacking temperament. This has allowed him to take 2 stage wins in the Tour of Spain, and more notably, the polka dot jersey and 2 stages in the Tour de France. He's a pure climber, able to follow the very best when he's in shape.
Allez les gars, courage! Bravo les gars! Lâchez rien! Allez! Allez les gars! Allez! Allez les gars, courage! Bravo les gars! Allez les gars!
The first Colombian to win one of cycling's monuments, the Tour of Lombardy, Esteban Chaves, is an excellent climber. A regular top 10 finisher on hilly classics of the Grand Tours, Boke Mollema is an outsider that can't be ignored. The riders are on to the first ascent of the day, the Col de Cessa. It's a climb of a little over 10 kilometres on the road out of Clermont-Ferrand, making it the longest of the stage. Romain Bardet is one of the climbers who can compete on the global stage. He's a good climber and puncher, and it's best for his opponents that they keep an eye on him and not give him too much leeway, because he's not just good going up, he's also one of the best descenders in the peloton. Good puncher and tireless attacker, Tim Valens is a rider who never throws in the towel. A good climber, Guillaume Martin always rises to the occasion when the going gets tough. Very comfortable on hilly routes with steep inclines, Dylan Toynes is now one of the riders to be reckoned with in the Ardennes Classics.
Continuez comme ça. Lâchez rien.
On continue. Allez les gars. On continue les gars.
Bravo les gars.
On y va.
Bravo les gars. Bravo les gars. Allez les gars.
Continuez comme ça.
Continuez comme ça.
Allez.
Bravo les gars. Continuez comme ça.
Oui, allez,
Bravo les gars. Lâchez rien les gars. Courage.
Bravo les gars, c'est bien.
Continue comme ça. Bravo les gars. Lâchez rien. Allez les gars. Continuez comme ça. Oh les gars.
It's classified as a first category pass. There will be 10 extra points to be picked up towards the polka dot jersey for the first one over the top.
Allez les gars, courage.
Mais voilà les gars.
Encore. Allez, courage.
Mais voilà. Allez, lâchez rien.
Bravo les gars, c'est bien.
Whether on mountain stages or on hills, he's to be taken seriously as he climbs well.
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez, courage les gars, allez plus vite.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez les gars, courage.
Continuez comme ça.
Allez les gars, courage.
Continuez comme ça. Continuez comme ça.
Allez les gars, courage. Allez les gars, courage. Lâchez rien, allez.
Allez les gars, allez, go. Allez, on y va.
Continuez comme ça.
Continuez comme ça. Allez, courage les gars.
Allez, courage les gars, allez plus vite. Bravo les gars, c'est bien. Allez les gars.
Here's the positions over the last climb.
Continuez comme ça.
Allez les gars, allez, go. Allez, on y va.
Continue.
Allez les gars, courage.
gars.
Bravo, bravo.
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
He's the best placed in the overall standings amongst those at the head of the race.
Les voilà.
Courage.
Bravo les gars. Allez les gars.
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Allez les gars, courage.
Les voilà.
Continuez comme ça. Allez les gars.
Allez les gars, allez, go, go, go.
Continuez comme ça.
Allez, continue comme ça. Lâchez rien, allez. Allez les gars, courage. Allez, plus vite.
Bravo les gars, c'est bien.
Lâchez rien. Allez les gars, on continue là, plus vite, plus vite.
Allez, courage les gars, allez plus vite.
Ouais.
Allez les gars, on continue. Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Allez les gars. Allez les gars, courage. Courage, on continue. Lâchez rien.
Les gars, continue comme ça.
Allez, continuez comme ça. Allez les gars, continuez comme ça. Continuez comme ça.
A new difficulty to be climbed for men at the front, the Col de Guéry. There will be 5, 3, 2 and 1 points to be scored at the top.
Allez les gars, courage. Lâchez rien. Allez les gars, courage.
Bravo les
Allez les
gars.
gars, allez les gars, courage.
Allez les gars,
les gars.
allez les gars, on continue.
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez les gars, allez les gars, allez. Allez les gars, courage.
Continuez comme ça.
Bravo les gars.
Continuez comme ça.
Allez les gars, on
Allez
continue
les
comme
gars.
ça.
Continuez comme
Continuez
ça.
comme ça.
Bravo les
Courage
gars.
les gars, on continue.
Continuez comme ça.
Allez les
Allez.
gars, courage.
Bravo les gars. Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Allez, courage les gars.
Courage, on continue. Allez les gars,
Continuez comme ça.
courage.
Allez les gars.
Allez, continuez
Allez,
comme
les gars.
ça. Allez les gars.
front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
Allez les gars,
Allez les gars, allez, go, go, go. Allez, on y va.
allez les gars, continuez comme ça. Bravo les gars.
Allez les gars, courage.
Lâchez rien, allez.
Allez les gars, on continue
Allez
comme
les
ça.
gars, courage.
Allez, courage, on continue les gars.
Bravo, allez les gars, courage.
Bravo les gars,
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez, courage les gars, allez,
Courage. Allez les gars, courage les gars, courage. Continuez comme ça. Allez. Continuez comme ça. Allez.
Former world champion and stage winner in the Tour de France, Alberto Rui Costa is a fearsome and experienced puncher.
Continuez comme ça. Allez les gars. Bravo les gars. Continuez comme ça. Allez, courage, on continue. Allez les gars.
Adam Yates, like his brother Simon, has both the qualities of a climber and the resistance to allow him to figure among the leaders in the overall standings of the Grand Tours.
Here's the positions over the last climb.
Courage, on continue. Laissez rien. Allez.
The breakaway is increasing its lead over the yellow jersey, but there's no worry as it contains no big guns for the overall standings.
It's the leader's team that's taking on the chase of the breakaway.
Bravo les gars, c'est bien.
You must constantly try to shelter from the wind so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race.
Allez les gars, courage. Les voilà. Courage, on continue.
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez, on y va. Alors les gars, c'est rien. Allez. Oui, allez-y. Allez les gars, courage. Allez les gars,
Allez, courage les gars, allez plus vite.
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça. Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Bravo les gars.
Continuez comme ça les gars.
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez les gars, on continue.
Allez les gars, allez, go, go, go. Allez, on y va.
Lâchez rien, allez.
Courage, on continue. Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Allez les gars, courage. Allez les gars, courage.
On continue comme ça. Les voilà. Allez les gars,
Allez les gars, courage.
When going downhill, the aerodynamic position is useful to increase speed without expending energy. Guys, don't forget to protect our leader. Communication is important. That's why we have TeamCom. Watch out. He's organizing the chase behind you because you're dangerous. But nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Allez. Allez! Allez les gars, courage! Continuez comme ça!
The next difficulty, just like the previous one, is listed as second category. There will thus be 5, 3, 2 and 1 points to be claimed for the mountains classification.
Allez les gars, courage!
Continue! Continue!
Bravo, courage, on continue. Lâchez rien.
Courage!
Bravo les gars! Les voilà!
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez les gars, courage!
Allez les gars, courage! Allez, courage les gars!
Allez les gars, courage!
Bravo les gars, c'est bon!
Allez les gars, continue.
Continue! Continuez comme ça!
Allez, courage les gars, allez plus vite!
Continuez comme ça! Bravo les gars!
There's not a lot going on. If this was a video game, I'd advance the clock to the last difficulty.
Allez les gars, courage. Lâchez rien, allez. Allez les gars,
Courage!
lâchez
Bravo
rien.
les gars, c'est bon les gars!
Continue! Continuez comme ça! Allez les gars! Allez les gars!
Allez les gars, on continue là, plus vite.
Les voilà!
plus vite.
Allez les gars!
Allez les gars! Allez les gars, courage! Allez les gars, allez go, go, go! Allez on y va!
On continue!
On continue comme ça.
Allez, courage les gars, allez plus vite!
Victorious in Paris-Nice in 2018, Marc Soler embodies the new generation of Spanish stage race riders.
Here's the positions over the last climb. A teammate is beginning to lose touch.
Courage!
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça. Bravo, courage.
Allez les gars, courage! Allez les gars, continue comme ça!
Allez les gars.
Allez, courage! Lâchez rien! Allez, continue! Allez, continuez comme ça! Continuez comme ça! Allez les gars! Allez les gars! Continuez comme ça!
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
Continuez comme ça.
Bravo les gars, c'est bien.
C'est bien les gars. Allez les gars.
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez les gars, lâchez rien, allez.
Allez les gars. On continue comme ça. Allez les gars.
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez les gars.
Allez les gars.
Allez les gars, courage! Allez les gars, courage!
Lâchez rien. Allez
Allez les gars, courage. Courage, on continue.
On est comme ça.
Allez les gars, courage!
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Allez les gars.
Allez, courage les gars.
Comme ça, les gars!
Allez les gars, on continue.
Continuez comme ça, les gars, on est avec vous! Allez les gars, courage!
Allez les gars. Allez les gars, courage.
Lâchez rien, allez.
Allez, go, go, go.
It will soon be time to pick up something to eat. Then the riders will quickly come to the intermediate sprint.
Continuez comme ça.
Lâchez rien. Allez,
Allez, continuez comme ça.
continuez comme ça.
Bravo les gars.
Oui.
First riders have reached the intermediate sprint.
The first 15 to pass the intermediate sprint score points towards the green jersey.
There's a big time gap with the breakaway, but it's not our concern. We are interested in the overall standings, not the stage. Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint.
It's a third category climb that now waits the riders. 2 points will be awarded to the first rider to the top.
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça. On continue comme ça les gars. Allez les gars, courage. Allez. Allez les gars, courage.
Bravo.
Lâche rien, allez.
Plus vite, plus vite,
lâche
plus vite.
rien.
Allez. Allez.
Lâche rien, lâche rien. Bravo. Allez.
Plus vite.
The end of the stage is not far off. Stay awake. It will soon start to move in the peloton. His team is riding for the overall standings. The front of the race will struggle to widen the gap. The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
Continuez comme ça. Continuez comme ça. Bravo les gars. Allez les gars. Bravo les gars. Allez les gars.
The leader of the general classification does not necessarily have to attack. Depending on his lead, he can simply follow attacks and counter at the very end of the stage. A teammate has just been dropped. You can't count on him any longer. It's the polka dot jersey who took the last climb. He's widening the gap in the climber standings.
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez les gars, courage. Allez les gars.
Allez les gars, courage.
Continue. Lâchez rien.
Lâchez rien.
Continuez comme ça.
The breakaway increases its lead on the yellow jersey group.
Continuez comme ça. Allez les gars, comme ça. Courage! Allez le gros!
Continuez comme ça.
Courage! Oh, continue!
Lâchez
Bravo,
rien,
les
allez.
gars! Continue! Continue comme ça.
Allez les gars, courage!
The time gap with the head of the race isn't changing, lads.
Continuez comme ça.
Allez, continuez comme ça.
Allez, courage les gars, allez plus vite.
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez les gars, courage.
Continuez comme ça. Continuez comme ça. Allez les gars. Continue.
Lâchez rien, allez.
Continuez comme ça. Allez. Continuez comme ça. Allez.
Bravo les gars. Continuez comme ça.
Les gars, courage.
Allez les gars, courage.
Bravo les gars.
Allez les gars, courage.
On continue. Bravo les gars. Allez les gars, courage. Allez les gars, courage comme ça. Lâchez rien. Allez les gars. Allez les gars.
Bravo les gars, c'est bien.
Oh le bon.
Allez les gars, allez go go go. Allez on y va.
Continuez comme ça les gars.
Allez plus vite.
The race will soon enter its final phase with a Calderon primary sequence of climbs. Before that, however, there will be a short third category King of the Mountains difficulty to be crossed. The advance of the lead group should be enough to carry it to the end. There will be 2 points and 1 point towards the best climber classification at the top of the next difficulty.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
Continuez comme ça.
It's the polka dot jersey who took the last climb. He's widening the gap in the climber standings.
Allez les gars.
Allez les gars, on continue là, plus vite, plus vite.
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez les gars, courage!
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça! Continuez comme ça! Bravo les gars! Allez les gars! Continuez comme ça! Allez les gars!
Allez les gars, courage. Allez, continue comme ça.
Watch out! You will soon have no more energy to attack.
Allez, fonce.
Courage,
Allez, on y va.
continue.
Allez, on y va.
The breakaway threatens the overall standings. He's decided to get his guys to put their foot down.
Allez.
Vas-y, oui. Go.
Allez.
He'll get his team to ride behind you, but it's worth a try.
Continue comme ça.
Allez.
Continue comme ça!
Plus vite.
Allez, plus vite.
Courage, on continue.
Allez, on attaque, allez, on bouge. Bravo. Allez.
Allez.
His teammates are riding to protect the jersey.
Lâchez rien! Allez!
Courage, on continue.
Allez, continuez comme ça! Continuez comme
Lâchez
ça, les
rien,
gars!
allez.
On est avec vous!
Continuez comme ça.
Bravo les gars.
Les gars, on continue comme ça.
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Allez, les gars!
The race is now entering its final chapter. There are less than 20 kilometers to go for those at the head of the race.
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça. Courage.
The breakaway increases its lead on the yellow jersey group.
Allez les gars, courage. Allez les gars, on continue
Continuez comme ça! Continuez comme ça! Allez les gars. Bravo les gars. Continuez comme ça.
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez les gars,
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
allez les gars,
The advance of the lead group should be enough to carry it to the end.
Continuez comme ça.
Continuez comme ça.
Allez, continuez comme ça.
There are just 15 kilometers left in the race, and here we are at the foot of the Col de Néron, the penultimate climb of the day. It's not a long climb, but it's very steep. Things might get a bit clearer right now.
Lâchez rien, allez.
les gars, courage.
Bravo les gars.
Continuez
comme ça. Continuez comme ça. Allez les gars, courage.
Continue comme ça.
There will be time bonuses at the top of the climb. 8, 5 and 2 seconds for the general classification.
Continuez comme ça. Allez.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
Allez les gars, allez, go, go, go. Allez, on y va.
Courage. Bravo les gars.
Bravo les gars,
He takes the virtual lead of the overall standing.
Continuez comme ça.
lâchez rien, allez.
Continuez comme ça.
Continuez comme ça.
Continuez comme ça. Allez.
Allez les gars.
Allez les gars, c'est bien.
I don't know if it's a bluff, but the breakaway looks to be increasing the pace at the front of the race. He's got his teammates riding because he's a danger to the overall standings.
Lâchez rien. Allez.
Courage, allez, courage, on continue.
Allez, courage. Allez les gars. Courage.
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Only 10 kilometers to go and one ascent to be climbed. Puy-Marie. From the Col de Néron, it's a 5-kilometer climb. However, the slopes in the second half average out at around 12%. So the riders will be confronted by a real wall on their way to the finishing line.
He's being left behind. It's good news for the overall standings.
Allez les gars, courage.
Continuez comme ça.
Lâchez rien.
Allez, continuez comme ça.
Allez les gars, courage.
Continue comme ça. Allez les gars.
Continuez comme ça.
courage les gars, allez plus vite.
Behind, the yellow jersey is moving onto the offensive. Only 5 kilometers left for the race leaders. You seem to be running on empty. Lift your foot if you don't want to blow up. The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
Another 3 kilometers and it's the finishing line. The stage leader is alone up front. The first riders are onto the steepest part of the slope. It won't get any easier from here.
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Bravo les gars, c'est bien.
Allez les gars, on continue.
Les voilà. Allez les gars. Les voilà.
There's only 1 kilometer to go for the men at the front. They'll have to settle it with a sprint.
The breakaway is 1 kilometer from the finishing line. The leader was in danger, but he's once again leading the overall standings.
Congratulations to him. He managed to maneuver perfectly to snatch this victory. He tops the standings and will receive the traditional honor. Here is the yellow jersey of this Tour de France. Let's hope for his sake that things go as well in the future. But for now, he can relish the moment. He's amongst the leading riders of this year. Here is the green jersey of this Tour de France. Fantastic! It is a moment that he should not forget and which marks his career. Come on, let's applaud him once more. He will climb onto the podium to receive his jersey and a kiss from the hostess. Here is the polka dot jersey of this Tour de France. Welcome, Caroline. Let's hope for his sake that things go as well in the future. But for now, he can relish the moment. He tops the standings and will receive the traditional honor. Here is the white jersey of this Tour de France. It is a moment that he should not forget and which marks his career. Come on, let's applaud him once more.
It was a stage on which we could really have shone, and we don't even finish in the top 10? It's a pity. We retain the green jersey. At least that's something.